How do I think you, when the room is silent and even my breath feels loud, when the clock ticks like a question I cannot answer? How do I think you, when your name arrives before sleep does, sits on the edge of my mind and refuses to leave? I think you in fragments, in unfinished sentences, in pauses between heartbeats, in the space where words forget how to be strong. I think you in the morning light, when the sun touches the window the way I wish I could touch your hand, gently, without asking permission from time. I think you in the noise of the day, among footsteps, traffic, voices, yet you are the quietest thought and still the heaviest. How do I think you? Like a prayer I never learned properly, like a song I hum wrong but feel right. I think you when I smile for no reason, and people ask why, and I lie politely, because how can I explain that a thought has a face? I think you in memories that haven't happened yet, in futures that scare me because they might not include you. I think you when I am strong, and more when I am not, when courage fails, and only your imagined voice keeps me standing. How do I think you? As a question mark tattooed on my heart, as an answer I am afraid to hear. I think you in small things, a cup of tea growing cold, a song playing twice, a message that doesn't arrive but feels written anyway. I think you in the dark, where thoughts become honest, where I admit to myself what daylight forces me to hide. I think you not loudly, not dramatically, but constantly, like the sky thinks the earth, without effort, without escape. How do I think you? With hope that hurts, with patience that trembles, with love that doesn't know where to go. I think you when I close my eyes, and sometimes that is the bravest thing I do, because in that darkness, you are everywhere. I think you until thinking becomes feeling, and feeling becomes truth, and truth becomes silence again. And still, I ask myself, how do I think you? As if my heart has not already answered. I think you in the way my hands hesitate, as if they remember the shape of yours without ever holding it. I think you between breaths, that fragile moment where the chest rises and the world pauses, as if waiting for your name. How do I think you? Like rain thinks the earth, falling again and again, never asking if the ground is ready. I think you when I walk alone, my shadow stretching ahead, pretending to be brave, while my heart walks behind, looking for you. I think you in mirrors, not because I see you there, but because I see myself changed by the thought of you. I think you in patience, the slow, aching kind, the kind that teaches the soul how to wait without breaking. How do I think you when the world demands answers? I think you quietly, like a secret folded into my chest. I think you in old songs, their words suddenly sharper, as if the singer borrowed my feelings long before I knew you. I think you when night arrives, carrying stars like witnesses, each one asking me why your absence shines so brightly. I think you not as a dream, because dreams fade, but as a direction, a north my heart keeps choosing even when I am lost. How do I think you? With loyalty I never promised, with devotion I never planned, with a tenderness that surprised even me. I think you in moments of weakness, when strength abandons me, and all I have left is the idea of you standing somewhere, breathing. I think you in courage, the kind that whispers, "Hold on," even when holding on hurts. I think you in unfinished letters written in my mind, signed with a sigh, never sent, never erased. How do I think you? As someone my soul recognized before my mind could catch up, as familiarity without memory, as home without walls. I think you when laughter feels incomplete, when joy asks for one more face, one more voice, one more reason to stay. I think you in silence, because silence listens better than words ever could. I think you in faith, not the kind taught by books, but the kind born from waiting without certainty. How do I think you? Like fire thinks warmth, like the sea thinks depth, like the heart thinks love, without explanation, without end. I think you until the thought becomes part of me, until your absence feels like a limb I learn to live without. And still, I keep thinking you, as if one day these thoughts will find their way to you. Because how do I think you? I think you in the way time slows down when your thought appears, as if minutes bow politely and wait. How do I think you when distance exists? I think you beyond it, stretching my mind where my body cannot go. I think you in ordinary hours, when nothing special happens, and yet your name turns routine into meaning. I think you in questions I never ask aloud, afraid that speaking them might change what survives only in thought. I think you in restraint, in all the things I choose not to say, because sometimes love is careful silence. How do I think you? Like a letter written in invisible ink, only readable by the heart. I think you when crowds surround me, and loneliness still finds me, because loneliness knows exactly who I am missing. I think you in the future tense, using words like maybe and someday, hoping they are patient enough to wait for us. I think you in courage I borrow, just to face another day without you near, pretending this is strength and not surrender. How do I think you when hope feels heavy? I carry it anyway, like a fragile gift I refuse to drop. I think you in sleepless nights, when the ceiling becomes a sky, and my thoughts turn into stars spelling your name over and over. I think you not as perfection, but as truth, flawed, human, and still everything to me. How do I think you? In loyalty that stays quiet, never demanding, never leaving. I think you in the ache of waiting, where patience learns pain and pain learns how to endure. I think you in faithfulness to a feeling no one else can see, yet everyone in me can feel. I think you in the echo of imagined conversations, where your laughter answers my silence. How do I think you when reality interrupts? I think you stubbornly, refusing to let go of what feels real inside. I think you when I choose kindness, because loving you made me softer, more careful with hearts, including my own. I think you in the way my heart refuses replacements, as if it signed a contract only you could read. How do I think you? Like a promise I never spoke, but somehow keep. I think you until thinking turns into longing, longing into patience, patience into love that knows how to wait. I think you in the soft exhaustion that follows a long day, when even my worries fall asleep, but your thought stays awake. How do I think you when life moves on? I think you without stopping, like a river that flows even when no one is watching. I think you in acceptance, learning that love does not always mean possession. Sometimes it means endless regard. I think you when I forgive, when I let go of anger, because thinking of you makes bitterness feel too heavy to carry. How do I think you? As something sacred I refuse to cheapen with noise, as a feeling I protect from the world. I think you in the lessons of absence, in how missing someone teaches the heart its own depth. I think you in restraint again, in all the chances I choose not to take, because my heart already chose long ago. I think you when seasons change, when heat becomes rain, when leaves fall like reminders that nothing stays still. I think you in quiet hope, the kind that does not shout, that waits calmly, trusting time more than fear. How do I think you when doubt appears? I think you honestly, admitting that love can exist with uncertainty. I think you in my better self, the one trying harder, being kinder, living more gently because you matter. I think you in the way my heart still believes, even after disappointment, even after silence, even after waiting. How do I think you? Like a truth I return to, no matter how far my thoughts wander. I think you in all the things I have not become yet, in the future version of me that hopes to meet you at the right time. I think you when night deepens, when stars thin out, when the world grows tired and honesty feels safe. I thank you without expectation, without demands, without conditions, just the pure act of holding you in mind. How do I thank you when nothing changes? I thank you faithfully, because constancy is its own form of love. I thank you as a blessing, even when it hurts, even when it stays one-sided, even when it teaches me how to endure. I thank you in the patience that grows quietly, like roots underground, unseen, but holding everything together. How do I thank you when words feel insufficient? I thank you beyond language, where feeling speaks without sound. I thank you in the calm after storms, when pain settles, and I realize you were never the storm, only the sky. I thank you when I learn to wait without counting days, when time becomes less of an enemy and more of a teacher. How do I thank you? As something real even when unrealized, as love that exists without proof. I thank you in trust, the fragile kind, placed gently into the hands of fate, hoping it will be careful. I thank you when I choose honesty, even with myself, even when truth reveals how deeply you live inside me. I thank you in the courage to remain open, to love without guarantees, to feel without armor. How do I thank you when loneliness returns? I thank you as companionship my heart refuses to forget, even in absence. I thank you in the way my soul listens, as if expecting your footsteps in every silence. I thank you when I grow, when I change, when I become someone who can love better because of you. How do I thank you? As a gentle weight, never crushing, only reminding me that love is real. I thank you in surrender, not giving up, but letting love exist without control. I thank you when hope feels small, when it fits in the palm of my hand, yet somehow feels enough. I thank you in acceptance, that some stories are not meant to rush, that some hearts arrive slowly. How do I thank you when I imagine peace? I thank you there, present, even if only in thought. I thank you until thinking becomes part of breathing, natural, effortless, unavoidable. And still, I thank you, not asking for more, not demanding less, just thinking you as the quiet truth of my heart. I thank you in the stillness that arrives before dawn, when the world is undecided and my heart speaks freely. How do I thank you when hope feels distant? I thank you closer than fear, nearer than doubt, softer than pain. I thank you in slow healing, in scars that no longer bleed but still remember what once hurt and what still matters. I thank you when I choose silence over explanation, because some feelings lose their meaning when translated. How do I thank you? As a presence without form, as warmth without touch, as belonging without claim. I thank you in the way my heart stays gentle in a hard world, as if loving you taught it mercy. I thank you when time tests me, asking how long I can carry one thought, and I answer without words. I thank you in moments of gratitude, for loving deeply, even if quietly, even if alone. How do I thank you when memory fades? I thank you beyond memory, where feeling survives what details forget. I thank you in my prayers, even when I don't name you, because the heart knows who it means. I thank you when I forgive myself for feeling too much, for caring longer than expected, for not letting go easily. How do I thank you? Like a lesson learned slowly, like wisdom earned through patience, like love refined by time. I thank you in the acceptance that love does not always arrive the way we imagine, but it always changes us the way we need. I thank you when I find peace in not knowing the ending, in trusting the journey more than the destination. I thank you in my quiet strength, the kind no one applauds, the kind built from endurance. How do I thank you when life surprises me? I thank you with openness, ready to receive whatever truth arrives. I thank you as part of my becoming, woven into who I am, not as someone I lost, but as someone who shaped me. And still, I think you, not waiting for a sign, not searching for closure, just honoring the love that learned how to stay. I think you in the spaces where my voice softens, where even my thoughts learn to walk quietly. How do I think you when the world demands speed? I think you slowly, refusing to rush what feels eternal. I think you in the art of waiting, in learning that stillness is not emptiness, but a room where love sits patiently. I think you when my heart listens more than it speaks, because listening is how I hear you without sound. How do I think you? As a truth I do not advertise, as a feeling I carry privately, safe from misunderstanding. I think you in the courage to remain vulnerable, to feel deeply in a world that prefers armor. I think you when I choose depth over distraction, meaning over noise. I think you in my breathing, in the rise and fall that reminds me I am alive and capable of love. How do I think you when distance stretches? I think you across it, building bridges made of patience. I think you in the dignity of quiet love, one that does not beg, does not chase, but remains true. I think you when time feels circular, bringing me back to the same feeling, the same name, the same truth. How do I think you? Like a compass inside me, always pointing toward what matters. I think you in restraint again, in not reaching out, in trusting that love does not always need proof. I think you when I grow tired, and still my heart does not let go, as if letting go were not an option. How do I think you when I imagine happiness? I think you not as a requirement, but as a gift life once showed me. I think you in gratitude for having felt something real and deep, even if it stayed within me. And still, I think you, not clinging, not regretting, just allowing love to exist as it is.